Every single thing that you're doing is a practice. If you criticize yourself, you're practicing criticizing yourself. You judge somebody, you take it personally, you're practicing that. Your neural pathways go, yep, that's a stimulus and this is the response. And your brain fortifies those neural pathways, right? Which is actually good news because we can change our neural pathways. The neoplasticity of the brain means that we can actually change belief patterns. We can change like how I was as a teenager, right? You can completely transform that, right? And so every single thing we're doing is a process. It's a process of unfolding. And so if you really think about your confidence you have as a parent, or how resourced you feel when you're with your family of origin, right? There's a process there. Are you stagnant? Have you been declining? Or are you evolving with it, right? Where everything is a process. And the crazy thing about it is no one's teaching kids that, hey, it's all a process. It's not about the end product, like getting it right. It's a process. It's that we understand that there's nothing but opportunity after opportunity, if we choose to see it as that, to start to evolve, to burn off the layers and layers of ignorance that we have been conditioned with. You think, oh, I'm wrong, I shouldn't have done that. Well, it's not that you're wrong, you shouldn't have done it. It's just that in that moment, that was the best you could have done. In that moment, you had a certain layer of ignorance that was operating, and you're like, oh, and you burned off a layer that somehow you learned at some point. Oh, right. Were you really wrong? No, you were right in that moment based on your perception, right? If you think about it, and I use this example with kids a lot, it's, I say, okay, so you're standing there and you have 100 people in front of you, and I say, is this kid cool or not cool? Half think you're totally cool, half think you're totally not cool, and maybe some people somewhere in there who are like, no, I don't know. Who's right? They're all right, based on their perception. So trying to convince, if someone really likes something, you're going to try to convince them to not like it. It doesn't really work. If they hate something, it's hard to convince them out of it, because their shape, their structure believes it. So it's really helpful when I do this, by the way, and you can do this with kids, but also yourself, this same model. So let's talk about how you look physically. If I take 100 people standing in front of you and I say, do they look good or not? You're going to have people say, oh my God, yes, no matter if you're like, are you kidding me? I haven't even showered in weeks and whatever. They just think you're good looking, you can't do anything about it. And then people are like, yep, nope, not good looking. You're like, are you kidding me? I look amazing. Nothing. And people are in between. And so we take it personally like, oh, their opinion means something. Actually, it does mean something, but not about you. Not about you. Because that's their perception. And so we want to be able to burn through a layer of ignorance and go, oh, God, I keep getting hooked. Why do I keep getting hooked with taking that personally, caring so much? Because you got conditioned. And you burn off and burn off and burn off more and more layers of that. And we go, oh, that's right. Actually, that's not what's happening. That's not about me, right? And so, like I said before, we want children to be learners from life. And one, I think, the biggest jobs of parents is that you're going to model and teach your children how to be learners from life. I think that's one of the most important things. Because kids who are learners, yeah, they're going to fall on their face like all of us did, but they're going to learn from it quicker. But the people who aren't learners, they just spin and spin and spin and spin and spin, right? People who are stuck, let's say they're stuck in unworthiness, stuck in criticism, they're not listening. If we're doing it, we're not listening. There's something deeper here. There's a deeper teaching here. There's something happening that we can go, wait, I'm stuck. What am I not listening to? And then you think about it, you feel it, and you can't work through it, and I'm going to show you some ways that you can kind of see right into it in a moment. But we can get support and go, oh my God, right, it was just an old belief, an old thing. And so it's simply all about human unfolding. Like if you think about how many people here give their kids some grief about procrastination, right? How many people here procrastinate? More people raise their hand, it's funny. And so, do your kids know that it's a process to learn how to not procrastinate? Or do they think, no, you just shouldn't procrastinate? That's really important. Oh, no, it's a process. I'm still working on it. Oh, loving myself? Oh, yeah, it's a process. Oh, not judging? Forgiving? Oh, it's a process. You want your kid to forgive, but you don't forgive some people? Like, wait a minute. Hold on, back up. You, over there. So we want to be able to bring that along and say, okay, I see what's happening here. Yeah, it's a process. So we want to model that. So as you can really begin to become gentle with yourselves and begin to model, oh my God, it's just a process. Whew. Wow, I keep thinking I should be somewhere else. Then we can start teaching that to kids layer by layer over time.